Hey up guys, what's going on and welcome back to York City, where we've had a bit of news involving this guy here, Isidoro Medina. Now of course it's the 3-match bumper episode today, but I thought I'd just start with this. Medina and another player have done something very useful for us. They've gained English citizenship, so that means they now count as part of our non-foreign contingent, helping us with those registration rules. I'll let you know who the other one is after the intro. The other one is irritatingly Tony Ebersbach, who was obviously ready to be sold in the summer by me, and well, this has made things slightly more awkward because now he's no longer going to count as a foreign player. Helps me. Admittedly, we were weak on that Ryan side anyway, so we could use him as a backup. I wouldn't be against it, I suppose, as a backup maybe. We'll see. In the one game that we played in between, Man United did play a fairly weakened side, and we drew 1-1 with them, which is kind of useful considering they've already won the league. Kind of mad because we beat them 2-0 when they played a slightly stronger side. We'll take the point. The point leaves us in 8th. So the table looks a little bit like this. We're on 61 points alongside Southampton. Arsenal on 63. Everyone else has played though, apart from Man City and Tottenham. Tottenham can help us in their league, but they could hurt us elsewhere. I'll get into that in a minute because we need to just get into this match as quickly as possible because there's 3 on the books today. We've done well against Leeds in the past. We need to do well again here. So there's been a few little tweaks to the system. It's not really changed as a whole, but there's been a few little tweaks, and hopefully that gets the best out of our side now. We're in a position where we kind of have to play Foreman and Coffey in these inside roles. I'm giving Coffey a chance. I've barely played him all year, but when he has played, he's been pretty decent. So I'm playing Foreman and Coffey ahead of Madeira and Ebersbach for this one. The rest of the team is pretty much as you would expect. Dutra, Saxton, Courage, Rick and Shaw. Lentas, Grimes and Seri in the middle and Escobar up front. Let's just attack them from the off. Like, we should be crushing them here. They have quite a narrow formation, so we should be able to exploit that. No one else playing alongside us, of course, but Sergio is going to play this one out from the back, and we've had actually 0.0 of this game so far. We've had no shots at all. That's worrying. And here come Leeds again as well. Did I say something to anger them pre-match? What's going on here? They've nearly scored. Why are they playing us off the park? Anyway, Shao, though, with the first... Why are you doing that, Shao? Why are you doing that? Oh, Sergio, thank you. Forwards. Play forwards. Anyway, they've got a corner. This probably won't come to anything because it came from that previous highlight. Oof, close, actually. There was more clenching there than I would have liked. I mean, I'm demanding more after 15 minutes. This is pathetic from our side so far. Something you're kind of used to. I figured I'd avoid the Man United match because I figured that was going to be the next pathetic performance. But no, they've saved it for this one. Leeds, you're basically... Mathematically, they're not actually out of this, but they basically are. They need a 4-goal swing in every match, and they need Stoke to lose every match to even have a hope of staying up here. What? I mean, they should have scored there. I mean, at least we've had a shot at this point. I'm going less aggressive, I think. I'm actually going to go balanced. And I immediately get a highlight after doing that. Grimes at the back post, he scored. We've nabbed this. We're FMing them at this point, but we'll take it. They've had 2 clear-cut chances and failed to convert either. We've just nabbed our first one. I don't know if this was the clear-cut one. Grimes, though, heads in back post. Thank you, mate. Appreciate that. I've had a look at throw-ins in the meantime. I really need to have a look at set pieces as a whole. I'm actually going to say I'm not happy despite that. They're fired up. And after praising Coffey, Saxton's injured. Great. Bruised knee. You can play on, mate. It's a bruise. I don't know why they ever treat bruises as serious injuries. Shaunan's coming forward, though. Foreman just about gets there. If you can play Foreman through here. Why have you played Saxton in? Play Foreman in there, you idiot. Escobar's back in the box, so he's made amends for that stupid pass by being assisted by the person he passed it to. I don't know if it's going to go far enough back in that highlight to show that idiocy of not just playing Foreman in here. It will do, look. Escobar, just play Foreman in! Just play Foreman in there! He was free. We scored anyway, though, so I don't know why I'm angry at it. Escobar makes amends, thankfully. I mean, he got away with that one. Foreman should have been played in there. Good lord. Yeah, we'll just stay balanced, I think. Coffey's being ticked up to a 6.7 at some point. Foreman, because he's not had that goal that he should have had there, 6.4. And now we're irritatingly in the position where, well, we're going to get Saxton off, actually, as well. Where Madeira is actually going to play. I don't know how long it's been since Escobar scored, but I feel like it's been a while. Certainly not since he came back from injury. Because he was on 12 goals when he got injured, and now he's just got his 13th. Grimes is in the middle. We are getting, obviously, spaces in his overlaps, thanks to their narrow formation. Madeira's had to go for it. I mean, at this point, have a crack, mate. And as they get a little bit tired, I think these wide positions are probably going to get a little bit more effective as well. Laird now charges down this right side. Burke's never mind. I take that back immediately. Immediately I'm going to take that back. Spinks just mug 24. Is that Rick 24? Yeah, it is. I mean, he's booked, so that's probably why he didn't commit to that. Grimes, play through these guys. Play through these guys middle. Playing through the middle is part of this. Just as Madeira comes forward here. Damn it, nearly scores. The Man City-Tottenham match is obviously massive, because if Man City lose that one, then it keeps us in range of 5th. Finishing 5th or 6th might become super important because Tottenham still in the Europa Cup, of course. They play Napoli, who were second in our group. Napoli have already beaten them at Tottenham, though. So that's good news for us, because if Tottenham win that Europa Cup, then 6th becomes EC2, which we'd rather not have in comparison to the Europa Cup. But if EC2 is the best we're going to get, we'll definitely take it, of course. But with Napoli beating Tottenham away from home, I don't know who I want to root for there, to be honest. I'm weirdly kind of hoping Tottenham win that because I don't want Napoli to be in the final because we beat them twice in the group stages. Inter and Rennes drew in the other leg. I'm kind of hoping Inter get through on that one because I feel like Inter would have the better of either of those two teams remaining. Seri's through here. If he doesn't score here, it's going to be a disaster. Thank you, Seri. I still love you. 16 goals for the season. He's our top scorer. We've turned this around statistically, by the way. Leeds had basically nothing in the second half. Maybe ballast was actually the key. Weirdly. Sorry, though. That's lovely. 3-0. We'll take it. We'll definitely take it. We need a goal difference. I mean, no matter how good we improve our goal difference here, it's not going to be a factor. We're not going to get on par with anyone else. It was a good performance in the end. Oh yeah, of course we relegated Leeds in the process of that. We got another assist as well for good measure. God damn it, Seri. So we'll definitely keep an eye on the other Napoli leg, which will happen midweek somewhere around here. We'll let you know what happens there, because of course that affects how we approach the last couple of games. Because if we need 5th, then suddenly things get a little bit more dramatic. Actually, if anything, 2 players in Young Player of the Month. And Tass got Goal of the Month as well, the one you didn't see against Norwich. So, 2 big Tottenham matches to pay attention to this week. First up, Man City and Tottenham in the league. We need Tottenham to get something here. Oh, draw. They nearly won as well. Nasser Univar bailing them out in the 90th minute. 2 points behind. If Man City slip up again, we're there. Everything poised for the Napoli-Tottenham match as well. Ooh, 1-1 as well. Ooh, that was super tight everywhere, really. 77 minutes wouldn't have been enough, of course, because 2 away goals for Napoli. Penn in the 85th. Rennes actually. Good fight by Rennes in general, though. Inter only 1 on away goals. All Italian final. I mean, we can breathe a sigh of relief there. Almost forgot. Right, so we do keep bouncing around the season preview. We either start this year in either 8th or 9th. I'm pretty certain Southampton have snuck through at some point. I'm not sure if Everton have as well. I remember Wolves being ahead of us, despite being newly promoted. I can't remember how many others were meant to be ahead of us at that point. I think Everton might have been already. I don't think Southampton were. So it's worth noting this sort of, we're in that sort of group of 4 who could sneak in if, one of these guys don't perform. And once again, it's Tottenham who haven't done that performing. So whilst we are technically overachieving in terms of position, it's not that much of a surprise. Last year was. Last year we absolutely capitalised on not only these guys underperforming, but everyone else. But this year's pretty much gone as you kind of expected to. We've lost to the big 6 for the most part. We're certainly not on their level. I mean, apart from Tottenham, who we beat home and away in the league, I think we've pretty much lost to basically everyone else in the league. Not the most thrilling of days. Only 3 sides have scored a goal, but at least there were goals in those matches. So Man City beat Brighton. Unsurprising, Brighton already relegated. The match that kind of matters here the most is Tottenham-Arsenal, but that looks like it's going to be tomorrow. Everton must also be playing tomorrow, but I don't know who against. Someone in the lower end of the table, though, by the looks of things. So on the basis that balanced, got the best out of us last time, I'm going to start positive. We are at home, so that should factor in things a little bit. Our former didn't have a good game out last time, so I'm in a weird position where I kind of want to give out Madeira the nod, but again, he's on 6.6 for the last few, so no, don't give in. Just go again, exactly the same as last time. 4-4-2 from them. It looks like it's a happy and motivated team. I prefer motivated than happiness, but never mind. And again, we're the only ones playing right now. Oh, that's irritating. I don't really know why I've put the table on for this one, in fairness, because we know what happens here if we lose. If we lose, Southampton go ahead of us? Yes, they do. They would go ahead of us. If we draw or win, then we just stay 6th. So the league table is largely irrelevant to this point. Don't really need to see it. Escobar is going to get on the end of this. Is he going to go past his defender? He is, sort of. Needs help, though. Really needs help. No one there. Thank you for that. Coffey's going to get on this loose ball. Bit of a wayward header. We'll take advantage of that, though, when it's in our favour. Very rarely, is it? We're normally the ones being punished for wayward headers in defence, but Seri on the ball. Shaw's on this far side, ready to give someone an assist. Please give someone an assist. Foreman's at the back post. Ooh, just about. First shot in the game, 8 minutes in. Foreman off the crossbar, and this is crucial. This takes Southampton out of it, by the way. In terms of 6th, they could get EC2, though, if Arsenal mess up. But Foreman at the back post, off the crossbar. Goalkeeper. I'd argue goalkeeper's got the reach on that. But he's just kind of gone, oh. It's worth noting, actually, though, tomorrow, if Tottenham beat Arsenal, then they can't get 6th anyway. And Southampton will be praying for that as well, because if Southampton leapfrog Arsenal on the final day, that's 7th and EC2 for them. Fascinatingly poised on that front. And we're also kind of hoping that Everton slip up tomorrow as well. If Everton draw, then our goal difference basically keeps us out of that one as well. With Tottenham being out of the Europa League, 6th is now okay again. We can breathe easy. Chong's equalised. Right then. Pereira on this near side. Just Chong's to the back post. Dutra's flapped and he wasn't ready for the header instead. Not the best showing from either goalkeeper so far this game. And a little more. Everyone's focused on the entire pitch pretty much. Oh, they got a free kick, so here's 2-1. Passes at the back post. Should have been. Free kicks are so overpowered. I don't know why. Pretty much every goal that's conceded is set piece. I mean, it doesn't really matter how much you train set pieces. You're still going to concede them on a regular basis, I feel like. Maybe I need to look at the defensive set pieces. See if anything's gone AWOL in that. Well, no, certainly someone would definitely went AWOL to that bloody Tottenham goal the other episode. Lentas to Grimes in the middle here. Foreman's out wide. Saxton irritatingly passed that backwards for no reason whatsoever. Escobar is going to get to the end of this. Foreman's back on. Grimes. One thing I am noticing though is having the overlapping centre-backs, actually telling them to definitely overlap, is certainly forcing those inside forwards a little bit further inwards than they were before, which is good. Sorry though, on to Grimes. Shao. I suppose it does leave us a little bit more exposed at the back, but, well, I mean, that's obviously a free kick. Why did that go to any form of review? Both the dots were outside the box when that tackle happened, and what a waste of a free kick. Thanks, mate. That was an opportunity there. Coolridge, though. Highlight not over. Oh, it is. They got me that time. Saxton to Foreman. Saxton again. Charge down the line. Just run, Bradley. Run! Run! What are you doing? Just run at... And now they're coming forward. Great, mate. So because you didn't use your legs there, now they're coming forward. Run down the line and cross it in. It's not difficult. I don't care if you failed the cross. Just run and kick it. Anyway, one final highlight probably before half-time here. We're on the ball. Foreman. Look at those. I'm looking at those three players at the bottom. Saxton's been put through here and he's decided again not to run. He's come inwards. Thanks, mate. And wasted a shot. Apparently we lost to Southampton earlier in the year, so revenge is on the cards. I'm taking Saxton off because everything he's done today has been the wrong choice. Well, we go attacking because we could do... I mean, a draw here is not the worst thing in the world. We're basically in the same situation if Arsenal don't get something out of their game. We need to win, though, if Arsenal win their game to stay out of them. Foreman, look at the number of players around this box right now. Grimes is on this left-hand side. Put this back in, Grimes. No? Okay, Lentas. Laird. Hits a defender. Shao. That's not good enough for that to be the highlight, I don't think. Or maybe it was. Oh, there's been a calamity. There's been a calamity. Grimes has capitalised. Thank you, Grimes, for just lurking there. 2-1. Back to positive. Yeah, I figured that wasn't good enough for a block for that to be the end of the highlight. Lentas over this far side. Foreman's headed it at the goal-ish. Not really. They've made a mess of it and Grimes has smacked in. Thanks, mate. Good job, James. 7th goal of the season. Yeah, that's not bad. Oh, good. Another free kick. This resulted in a corner. 15 minutes to go. I think we'll just calm down a little bit more as well. Grimes on this ball. Escobar. This came from that corner, though, so I don't know if it's going to cut out at any moment now. Yep. 10 minutes to go. Escobar's not having his best game. I'm not really feeling much need to change anything too much. I mean, Ebersbach's technically an improvement on the other side. Foreman. Why did you just kick that against their player? What was your intentions there as you kicked that straight at that person directly in front of you? Technically, that's an improvement. Nice fresh legs just to give people something to think about. Just see this out, please. No other drama, thank you. No other drama, thank you. Good win. I'm going to say calmly, in-game. So the final game of the season is against Stoke, who technically have nothing to play for other than a couple of £1 million, perhaps. So Everton away at Fulham, Tottenham, Arsenal, Sheffield United, Leeds. Everton won, 5th out of reach. Arsenal drew. Okay. Like, if we lose and Arsenal win, we're still, they still go ahead of us because goal difference. But it means we only need a draw now. Have him. 43 million, I'll take that. Escobar's an interesting one. I feel like if I was offered something sensible, I might take it for Escobar. So the final day then, and we start with a problem, and that's that Arsenal's final game is against Bournemouth, so that's almost a guaranteed win, which means we definitely need to get a draw. Now, Stoke are 17th, hopefully they put in a 17th place performance. Meanwhile, actually, the rest of the European spots are kind of fascinating. Everton have Chelsea, second v third, as things stand. Man City play Norwich. Man City are 5th, so that means Liverpool will be going at it against Southampton, who can mathematically get past Arsenal if they so desired as well. So, EC2 on the line for Southampton, possibly. The good news is because Tottenham won last year's Euro Cup 2, there was nobody in this year's Euro Cup 2, so we don't need to worry about that potentiality either, by the way. And all the other cup wins are definitely between teams in the top 5. Bare minimum, because the final of the FA Cup is between Man City and Liverpool. So European places are definitely coming to 5th and 6th, and 7th is definitely going to be Euro Cup 2 because Chelsea won the Carabao. So all 3 of those positions are definitely going to be European football. Speaking of international football, weirdly, there's some kind of international tournament for under 23s or under 21s, something like that. and Alois Silva's part of it. I'm putting Kante on the bench because it's his last game potentially. If we're in position to bring Kante on late doors, then I will do. Bless him. And I feel like I'm going to give Ebersbach the nod in this last one. Coffee not particularly been there the last couple of games, but I feel like I need to reward him at the very least for taking English citizenship at some stage. So we'll do that now. The team will stay identical. Otherwise, we're going to change nothing. And away we go. 4-4-2 for Stoke. Ross Barkley in that team. Cassidy and the other Luis Suarez. Don't know why I'm saying we could secure qualification for the Euro Cup too. We can secure qualification for the Euro Cup. It's just because the FA Cup hasn't actually happened yet. They're not confirming that position just yet. That was an option on the team talk because we can get 5th, which is currently EC2. But Grimes has had to go from distance within the first 3 minutes or so. And I like that positivity from the off here. Everton are beating Chelsea, so that Everton are going second. Arsenal are winning. It's a penalty, which frankly Bournemouth did not need to give away, so thank you for that, Bournemouth. The pulled hamstring for Bradley Saxton early on. Oh, that's not good news. Shaunan's booked on the other side as well, so we're in a bit of danger in the fullback positions. Seri's going to get onto this ball. No, Grimes is going to get onto it, but he scored. I mean, Seri should have gone for it himself there, but Grimes has scored, so we won't moan too much. Apparently now we can nurse him through the rest of the match. Make your mind up. Seri here on the loose ball. Probably any other player would have smashed that straight in there. Grimes, though, gets it laid off to him and Grimes puts it in instead. Seri, completely unselfish, despite being our top goal scorer. Saxton's off entirely. I was going to take him off momentarily anyway, but they just forced my hand. Swap him over, off we go again. Arsenal 2-0 up though, scored of their own accord this time rather than a penalty. I mean, Man City aren't winning at this stage either, so we are nabbing 5th. Escobar, nearly 3-0, should have been. Looks like Southampton are losing, so Liverpool must be winning as well. Yes, they are. And Man City losing. Man City are losing to Norwich. Hang on, we need to get these scores up. We need to get these scores up. Where are they? Later scores, there they are. I mean, realistically, we don't need to be looking at the bottom part of this table. Let's have them all there. Lovely. Let's get on with it. Lentas, Grimes, Shaunan, and this is probably the best performance we've seen in a little while. We're looking quite good here. Grimes has had another go. I mean, Grimes could have had a hat-trick at this point. I've got to say, this is the best we've played in a very long while, it feels like. Foreman. Well, he's been nabbed. And here comes Cassidy. Still Cassidy. We forced him a little bit wide here. Shaw's got the ball off him. Yes, he has. Not a penalty, and we've moved it clear. No other drama in our game for the rest of that half. However, Norwich have gone 2-0 up. Arsenal have also done 3. Hang on, is that Lucas Lorenzo? Oh, William Lorenzo. It's a new gen. I was going to say, I signed Lucas Lorenzo on Southampton, so I was concerned there. Assertively say, I'm pleased with things. Keep it up. I thought we were 2-0 up. I've just realised we were only 1-0 up. Probably should have been at least 2-0 up at this point. When I pulled out my 2-0 half-time talk, basically, by accident. Rather than my things are going well, you can do better. Laird, though, is going to turn that defender. Sort of, maybe not quite. Grimes. Ebersbach's not going to get on the end of that, so interesting. Shaw on the left-hand side, of course. I was about to say he was on the wrong side of the pitch, but he has, of course, had to flip sides due to the injury. Seri, Escobar, Grimes, Foreman. 9 goals. Okay, it's 2-0. Breathe. It's 2-0. It's not over. It's still 44 minutes to go plus injury time. What was that by Escobar, by the way? He did a swivel entirely the wrong direction and then hit it with the outside of his foot. No one's got an assist because I think it came off the defender. Breathe. Seri, deep line free kick. Grimes is in the box. He's got the goal. There was like another blue dot on him, so it wasn't entirely certain it was him. And Everton down to 4th all of a sudden because Chelsea have equalised. All changing that top 4. I mean, obviously those top 4 positions don't really matter too much other than pride, particularly between Everton and Liverpool. And about 2 to 4 million depending where you finish. He's onside, but Grimes, lovely header. There's another one underneath him. I think it's Escobar that was underneath him, but he didn't go for it. Man City still not doing anything against Norwich. This is a turn up for the books on the final day here. Ebersbach. Ooh, not quite. Laird, coming forward again. Still coming forward. He's going to go for it himself. I mean, they've had one shot, and it's been off target. Probably doesn't help that they're playing a striker in midfield right. 15 minutes to go. It is 3-0, so welcome to the pitch, N'Golo Kante. Why not? And actually, let's be real, Ebersbach's been rubbish again in comparison to the rest of the team, so on comes Coffee. For 15 minutes, he's here on loan. Miles will give him a little bit more game time just to make it so his time here has not been entirely wasted. Arsenal 4-1 up, went 4-0 up, and then immediately conceded an own goal, so well done there. Man City got 1 back. Oh no, we could still get 5th. I mean, 5th or 6th doesn't really matter too much other than 2 million at this point. I'm pretty certain both are European group stages. But Man City have got 1 back. I'm not entirely convinced in my head that 5th and 6th is any different. I mean, this game's running away. Time's ticking. How did the other match finish? I mean, look at that though. For a final day performance, I couldn't have asked for any more. Passionately say, pleased with the result and the performance. Of course I am. I mean, there was a wobble there for a moment in the league. Big teams happened. Oh, 2-1. We finished 5th. I mean, despite our best efforts to almost throw it, I don't know why it's saying we're second on the final day here. I thought it might just be fun to have a look at this because there was a moment here where I was kind of fearing it. Losing to Everton was a massive problem. Although if you want to laugh, that's West Ham. Match week 14, they were second. Apologies to West Ham fans, but yep, you absolutely bottled it. So it is Euro Cup football for us again next year. I'm happy with that, let's be honest. Champions League will be far too much, far too soon. And just sort of holding steady despite being in the Euro Cup, that's good. That's pretty good. Grind gets 2 goals. Probably worth it, let's be real. He's been fantastic all year. 36 million for achieving 5th place. 1.2 million to be paid out. I'm not going to do too much of the post-season stuff right now. I'm going to do all that in a video tomorrow. I just want to get the budgets. I'm hoping that comes through today. Okay, so the budgets haven't come through. It's all the stuff, end of season stuff that's come through. So with that in mind, despite the fact that, of course, this says Man City have EC2, the FA Cup finals between Man City and Liverpool. So either way, Man City are getting European football in the Europa Cup. Europa League. I always get that. I always half and half that for some reason. But anyway, I need to breathe. I'll see you tomorrow for sort of a roundup. It's going to be a little bit of a reflection on what we're going to do going forward. I feel like it's a good stage after 113 episodes. By the way, if you had a sweepstake on how long it was going to take me to finally mention the fact we've done over 100 episodes, 113 was the point there. We're going to talk about what our plans are for the summer in general and how we're going to sort of focus on a little bit going forward. We're certainly definitely going to check what the reputation is with Leeds going down. Sheffield United still being in the division. Might still be behind them. I'm hoping not. This might be the year that we clinch best team in Yorkshire, which was the first tick that I wanted to get. We got the Europa League one first, but we can maybe get another tick here with the best Yorkshire side. Next target, of course, is Champions League, but we're going to talk a little bit more about that tomorrow and who's possibly going, what we're going to look to get in and all that jazz. So thank you for joining me today in this bumper episode. It's been a hell of a long recording. I don't know how much it's going to end up going to be after all the editing and all that jazz, but thank you for joining me. And a general thank you as well. I mean, in terms of the channel as a whole, particularly last week or so, there's been a pretty massive upturn out of nowhere seemingly. So if you are following through, watching through in the series and you've just got here, thank you. If you've not got to this episode yet, obviously by the time this goes out, that means nothing to you. But I appreciate you by the time you do get here. Thank you very much. I can tell there's certainly a few people getting caught up. Thank you for joining me again. Until next time, ta-ra!